Hi, Homeschool Mama. Let's talk about second grade curriculum. I've picked out the curriculum we're going to use for the 2023 to 2024 school year for my rising second grader for all his subject areas, and I'm really excited to share those with you today. First, let's talk about language arts. This past year, we have been using The Good and the Beautiful. I got level 1 for him and then kind of discovered that he wasn't really ready for that, honestly. Like the independent practice that they have was just more than he's really ready to do. It wasn't that the content of the lesson was really beyond him, but the expectations for independent work was beyond his ability right now. And that's okay. We have that flexibility with homeschooling, right? So in the beginning of the year, I was doing like every other day, we would be doing Hooked on Phonics, which is how he learned to read. I love the Hooked on Phonics app. It's awesome. I have a whole review video on it if you want to see how it all works. I'll leave a link to that below. Basically, they get to play games in order to learn how to read. So it's just a really great and interesting, engaging way for them to learn how to read. And it kind of takes the pressure off the parent in knowing exactly how to teach them how to read. It helps lead the two of you through that. So I really like that program. So we were still working through that in the higher units and then also doing The Good and the Beautiful level 1. Well, a couple months in, I decided let's just go back to level K of The Good and the Beautiful, which I did not do with him, but you can actually download the PDF of that curriculum for free on the Good and the Beautiful website, which is amazing. So I downloaded that and I would just print a lesson each day, and you can pull up their reading book PDF as well. And we would read from that because that was a lot simpler than the level 1 reader. And I just felt like he needed it to be a little bit easier. Like he could read the level 1 reader, but it was taking him so long to get through it that I think that was discouraging. So going back to level K, he could like fly through those words much faster, which I think has really helped to build his confidence as a reader. So even though it pained me a little bit to go backwards, I think it's been best for him, and I think that's okay. We have that flexibility in homeschooling to do what our child needs, not just like push them through a program, right? So we're just kind of feeling it out and figuring it out as we go. That's kind of how this year has gone. So fast forward to March, and I'm sitting here trying to think of what we want to do for his English curriculum for next year. And I'm going like, he's not even halfway through the level 1. So I guess we'll just continue with that. I don't know. And then I was reminded of this program that I have seen a lot of other YouTube homeschooling moms talk about, and that's called the Night Zookeeper. If you've heard of this before, it's a gaming platform that you can use. They say you can use it as your language arts curriculum or just as supplemental. So right now we're just kind of playing with it and testing it out. And I thought we'll just see what he thinks of it and see if I think that it's like good enough to be his full curriculum. And so I got that for him, and he is loving it. Like he asks to play it all the time now. But because he's loved it and devoured it so much, I haven't sat there and watched all of that with him. So I don't know if I'm ready to say like, yeah, that's going to be our language arts curriculum. I need to look at it more, but we're definitely going to keep using it, at least as a supplemental thing. So my plan for this coming school year is to continue on with The Good and the Beautiful level 1 and be using Night Zookeeper because for him, it doesn't feel like school. It's just so fun. But I'm pretty excited that he loves it so much. So I'll leave a link to that program below so you can check it out. I know they have like a 7-day free trial, and that was all we needed to know that, okay, we got to get this program. For math, we're going to continue using MathUC. This is our favorite math curriculum. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a million times before. If you've watched any of my other curriculum videos, this is what we've used since the get-go, and I don't foresee us using anything else. Honestly, it's so good. It's really just simple and clear cut, which is what I like. I don't like all the fluff. If they need a game to like work on their multiplication facts, addition facts, or something like that, there have been times where I've like found fun games online that we can print out and do. But other than that, I really like that this is just simple and clear cut. So if you don't know what MathUC is, just real quick, it comes with instructional videos, which is my favorite part because I always feel nervous that I'm going to teach the math incorrectly and then they'll just be ruined for life and they won't know how to do math. So So I've got the videos and I can watch the video with them. It's short and sweet, 3 to 5 minutes usually. And then that way I know how the teacher taught it and I can help them with that same information if they get, stuck on the worksheet or something. So it's kind of like teaching me how to teach it as well, which I'm really appreciative of. So if you have that same fear about teaching math incorrectly, I highly recommend this program because it takes that off of your plate. And then it comes with a workbook, and they also offer math blocks so they can use those to count things out and, see the place value in front of them. So if your kid is a hands-on or visual learner, I highly recommend getting those as part of the set as well because they definitely help. So he's going to be in the beta book for his 2nd grade year. For science, we're going to continue using Science Shepherd. He is currently doing science with his older sister, who's 8. It's a video-based curriculum, so they sit down and they watch a video together. It's normally 3 to 5 minutes long, and then they do a worksheet together, which really it's just her filling it out, but she'll ask the questions out loud and they try to answer them together. And I usually sit with them for this because typically they butt heads and they need a referee. So anyways, it's a great program. We normally do science 2 days a week, so I'll have them watch 2 lessons on each of those days because they're so short and sweet. And I like that they're short and sweet because I feel like if you were just to dump a bunch of information on them, this huge long video, 1, they'd probably lose their attention, and 2, it's just hard to remember so many things that are being taught to you all at once. So I like that they're quick and short, and hopefully they are remembering those things better because of that. For history, we're using the Tuttle Twins American History book, and we sit down as a family after breakfast on the couch, we're comfy, and I do it like a read aloud, and we'll have some discussion time together, and it's been really, really good. It's written like a story, and these 2 kids are the main characters, so it's interesting to them and helps them to retain that information better as a story as opposed to just these names, dates, and facts being spit at them. So I really, really love how they have set that book up. It's just totally different than anything I've seen before. So this summer they're actually coming out with volume 2, and that's what we'll start next school year. And lastly, for Bible, if you watch my other curriculum pick videos, you already heard me say this, but my husband takes care of that. So at breakfast every morning, he does a Bible lesson with them, prays with them, works on their memory verse, and I just love that he does that. It's such a huge help. I love that they start the day that way, and I really love that he's taken that off of my plate, honestly. So it's just been a huge win all around, and he really loves that time with them as well. So I'm really thankful for him taking the time to do that. And that wraps up everything we're using for my son's 2nd grade school year. If you have any questions about what we're using this year or about what we're planning to use next year, definitely leave me a comment below and let's chat about it. If you're new here, I'd love for you to stick around and hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. Super appreciate it. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next video. Happy schooling!